Merci.
They think Jake Paul's going to win. They're lying. They don't believe that. They're gamblers.
Yeah.
Imagine stepping into the ring with a world champion and knowing exactly how to beat him. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua isn't just another fight, it's the battle everyone's talking about. Secrets, strategies, and shocking insights from the fighter who KO'd Joshua himself. You won't believe what could happen next. Stay tuned, this fight changes everything. Daniel Dubois visited Jake Paul's training camp to share his tips on beating Anthony Joshua. Having fought Joshua himself in 2024, Dubois feels confident giving advice. Many believe he knows Joshua's weaknesses well enough to guide Jake for this huge fight.
I was surprised by the result. I think Mike Tyson is a winner either way.
Jake's asked for a fight with you.
If Jake wants it with me, he can get it too. But I'm the world champion. Yeah. Give him a shot like that, you know.
You'll just knock him out in the first round within the first minute.
Of course, but it would be a historical moment.
Dubois has faced Joshua in the ring and knows his style better than most. On September 21, 2024, at Wembley Stadium, Dubois knocked Joshua out in the 5th round during their IBF heavyweight title fight. He had Joshua down multiple times and finished with a clean KO. This experience gives Dubois first-hand insight into Joshua's power, pace, and habits, knowledge he can now pass on to Jake Paul.
Famous fight yet against AJ. Was fear present in that moment?
No.
How can it not be? You're about to fight in front of 80,000 people against a celebrated heavyweight champion.
Yeah, well, it just wasn't. It wasn't in the equation, you know. I'm not even overthinking it like that. It's not even like that for me. It's like, I've been doing this my whole life, so I'm not gonna get too overworked up about it. It's just, it's like walking in a park, or, you know, just don't overthink it. It's, you know, if you like what your guys do, your job.
The Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight is sparking huge debates worldwide. Fans and experts are split between curiosity and disbelief because it's such an unusual matchup. Darren Till, a former pro fighter, has strong opinions. He thinks the fight might be more about entertainment than real competition and says it's impossible to predict if it's not a fully genuine contest. Till also admits he isn't interested in Jake Paul as a fighter and sees little excitement in the matchup.
Jake, do you think he can hurt him? I know it's a ridiculous thing to say, but in Jake's mind, he's coming off a knockout loss to Dubois. Is it possible that Jake does better than people expect? Do you think it's going to be a round 1 stoppage? That's what I'm asking you for AJ. Like, do you think it could be going any other way?
I don't know. Honestly, if it's a real fight, which I don't know if it is or not, he could get like really hurt. Really, like, it could be like whoever sanctioned it. Let's hope if something bad does happen, let's hope you can sleep at night. So let's say, innit? Let's hope you can rest easy if he gets severely hurt, which is a high possibility.
I know you don't love Jake Paul, you don't like him. Would you be happy to see him get beat up like that?
I don't hold no ill towards Jake. Don't give a shit about him, really. If I ever end up fighting him, great. If I don't, he's not someone I think about.
Yeah.
He's clever and he's made a lot of money, but he's you know, he's a bit of an embarrassment at times, isn't he? Who the f am I?
On the other hand, Simon Jordan, Spencer Oliver, and Angel Fernandez see the fight differently. They believe Jake isn't taking this fight blindly, he likely has a plan or hidden advantage. For them, Jake's move is strategic, carefully calculated, and part of a bigger vision for his career. He's not stepping into the ring without preparation or confidence.
Because it's not going to be, Jake Paul's going to not be that stupid enough to put himself on offer for that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Jake Paul is good enough to stay away from Anthony Joshua for even 3 minutes, never mind 3 rounds. I don't think, he's not from a boxing background, so he won't have that ring IQ of knowing where you are, backing up to the ropes. You can sense the both ropes beside you. You know you're getting close to the corner, so you take a step out. He hasn't quite got that just yet, and the relatively short period of time that he has been boxing, he's done great, by the way, to get to the stage he's at. But there's great for a YouTuber, and there's great for a 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. He's an Olympic gold medalist, and that's where he's going to find out, I think.
Where are you? I mean, I said it a moment ago, which is Jake Paul's quote about Anthony Joshua being chinny. I've said repeatedly, without wanting to be disrespectful, having never laced any gloves and can't do one scintilla of the things that you boys can do, that I always felt that when Anthony Joshua got hit again, despite the build-up after Jermaine Franklin, Robert Helenius, Otto Wallin, and Ngannou, that I thought he would get stopped or have challenges. This assertion that Jake Paul's making that Anthony Joshua is chinny, is there, I mean, I know you're going to be respectful and courteous to the person you work with. Can you see any evidence of that in Anthony?
I mean, obviously people talks about, like, obviously from the Klitschko going into the Ruiz, going into Dubois. Obviously there is questions about it. I mean, how I consider someone chinny is someone that actually, the moment you hit the person basically just like doesn't come back. It's just chinny for me is someone chinny that the moment he gets hit, he doesn't get up. And I think AJ has shown character in terms of like being in the back, being on the floor, stand up.
Johnny Nelson adds his thoughts, balancing excitement and skepticism. He doubts anyone really believes Jake can beat Joshua, thinking most claims come from gamblers chasing odds. Still, he praises Jake for bringing attention back to boxing and attracting younger audiences. Even if the fight seems unbelievable, Jake has revived excitement in the sport.
Joshua, again, it's an opportunity for Anthony Joshua to wait. Well, he's given him 60 million reasons to fight him, so it doesn't matter what anybody says, nobody's going to turn it down. Nobody will turn it down. And my only worry is Anthony Joshua goes in there and thinks this is so easy. And it's very hard to lift yourself against somebody you know shouldn't be even in your shop. It's very hard to lift yourself, and that's when you make mistakes. And we know Anthony's made mistakes before. Will he make a mistake again? I really don't believe so. If anybody tells you they think Jake Paul's going to win, they're lying. They don't believe that. They're gamblers. So it's like it's just one of those things. But you know, they've built it right. Everybody will be watching it. So you've got to commend Jake Paul. You've got to respect Jake Paul because this is because of him. You know, you look at the noise that's there. It's like people that aren't even interested in boxing are going to watch this. So Jake Paul's mindset in regards to how he promotes himself should be a big lesson for young guys like this that are on this bill, for young fighters coming through. Be your own promoter, push yourself, make it that the promoters need you more than you need them. So you're selling that 5,000 tickets each time it says you're fighting, your name's on a poster. So that I commend Jake Paul. And I also commend him for his bravery, because in reality he should get absolutely battered in reality. And that's what AJ should do. We should knock him out. We should torture him round after round. Hit him, hurt him, pull off, hit him, hurt him, pull off. Let him learn the harsh lesson. You get knocked out, it's over, it's done. You know, but if you hit and you beat up and thinking, wow, then you understand your level. That's what AJ needs to do.
Eddie Hearn gives a more balanced view. He explains that the pressure is bigger on Joshua, who is expected to win easily. A bad performance could hurt Joshua's reputation, while a strong win is expected. Hearn also admits Jake is not a weak fighter, he can survive a round or two and handle punches. But the gap between them is still huge, no matter how confident Jake seems.
Promoting AJ, I won't be pushing and promoting the show like normal, but you'll see me all week, and I'll be around AJ like I am every fight week, and we're taking this very seriously. It's not like we're not going into this week in Miami as a laugh. We're not saying, oh, it's Jake Paul, or this is going to be like we're expecting a test, and we're expecting and preparing like we would if we were fighting a world-class heavyweight. I don't think you would expect anything less from AJ. He's not mucking around, he's not laughing and joking. You know, he's relaxed, but he knows he's fighting next week on a massive stage in a fight that's very important for his career and very important for boxing in general.
What conversations have you had with him in the past few days, last week? What has he said to you?
Nothing really. It's been exactly the same. You know, there's a huge amount of pressure because I guess you don't really know what to expect. You know, like the boxing world says, oh, he'll just go in there and smash him to pieces. Like, I don't expect Jake Paul just to go in there and fall over. Like, he's got some pride, he's built some ability, he's been sparring a Coley and Sanchez and Jared Anderson. He's getting hit by big heavyweights. I don't think it's just going to be like he gets hit by a jab and turns his back and runs away. I think he's a tough young man. But he will find out all about levels and power and the danger of taking a fight like this. And he's going to get viciously knocked out. The only thing is, like, how badly he gets knocked out really depends. It probably comes down to a little bit of luck. Like, he needs to get lucky and nothing to land too clean. You know, and he can go over and, you know, he can't get up and the ref stopped. That'll be a massive result. You know, the biggest result for Jake Paul right now is that he gets away with it by not getting.
Lawrence Wacky focuses on Joshua's mindset. He says Joshua isn't treating this fight as a serious challenge. AJ is using this camp to rebuild his strength, confidence, and form. Jake isn't someone Joshua feels needs full tactical preparation. This shows Joshua sees the fight as manageable and not a big threat.
Yeah, AJ's always plotting his next move. I believe him teaming up with Usyk is more than him just training with the best. It's him targeting Fury. Who better to learn from than the team that beat him twice, killed two birds with one stone? The same reason he was training with Ben Davison, Tyson's former trainer, to get inside knowledge. And yes, the partnership did not work, but I'm pretty sure he would have picked up some valuable info on Tyson. Will it be enough? I'm not sure, because AJ needs to be mentally right. But I've always said, stylistically, AJ is all wrong for Fury. If Team Usyk can bring out AJ's strengths, get him mentally right, you know, the attacking version of AJ, my mind's not changed. He's a nightmare for Tyson Fury. Rubbing shoulders with Usyk, greatness, can only be a good thing. Usyk mentally is one of the strongest in the game. I also think that AJ is better suited to Usyk's team because they're all about boxing's fundamentals and solid basics. And when I say that, I mean to the highest degree. Whereas Ben Davison, I think he's better suited to reflex-based fighters because he had AJ with a low guard and it didn't work. It worked against lower-level fighters, Otto Wallen, Francis Ngannou, but the top guys, In my opinion, if anyone's interested, AJ was better when he was with Rob McCracken, boxing off the jab, high guard, putting punches together. With Ben Davison, he was more of a counter-puncher, sitting back with a low lead hand, looking to draw mistakes. He wasn't as aggressive, and there was less flow about his work. People questioning Tyson's return, some saying he should stay retired. I think we all need to appreciate him while he's here, along with AJ and Usyk. These guys are going to be hard to replace when they're gone. In fact, impossible. There's no doubt about it, no disputing it. Usyk's king. No matter what happens moving forward, his legacy's made. Two-weight undisputed, moving up to heavyweight, fighting much bigger men, having all the advantages, fighting everyone in their backyard, not forgetting his amateur achievements, European gold, World Championship gold, Olympic gold, he's completed it. I'm contradicting myself because I've said plenty of times I think he should retire, but at the same time, getting to see him fight is a gift. We need to make the most of it while it lasts. I've been lucky enough to see him live twice with the Pain Game, once in Riyadh when he destroyed Tyson Fury for the second.
A huge twist comes from the money side. Reports say Netflix offered Joshua $80 million to fight Jake Paul on December 19th. The deal uses standard boxing rules, 3-minute rounds and 10-ounce gloves. This shows how valuable Jake has become and the huge audience he can bring. For Joshua, it's big money, but it also adds pressure to deliver both entertainment and dominance.
Boxer. He's not taking nobody's dive to Jake Paul, okay? He's not following nobody's script with Jake Paul, okay? And the difference is, because I've seen a lot of people say, this is a circus. No, it's not a circus. Anthony Joshua's coming off of a knockout loss. He's been out the ring for a year, and he has serious fights already lined up. Not to mention, the only fight Anthony Joshua ducked in his entire career, unlike Gervonta Tank Davis, is the Deontay Wilder fight. He fought Alexander Usyk twice. He fought Daniel Dubois. He fought Dillian White. He fought everybody in the heavyweight division outside of Deontay Wilder. And he is trying to fight Tyson Fury now. So he fights the who's of who's in the heavyweight division. Okay? So, yes, he ducked Deontay Wilder, and we are well aware of that. But he's trying to fight Tyson Fury. So that's the only guy that he ducked. Gervonta Tank Davis has a fight that he arguably lost in a controversial draw to Lamont Roach, and he was ducking that to fight a guy that he said that he's not able to fight above 135 pounds, and fighting at 140 was uncomfortable. he's going to fight a catchweight fight at 195, 50 pounds heavier than the 40 pounds that he said was uncomfortable for him to fight, against a guy who was 6'1" with a 76-inch arm reach, but couldn't give us the fights we wanted to see in and around his division. That's not what
McGuigan gives a serious warning. He says Jake is stepping into a very dangerous situation, far beyond clout or online fame. Joshua's punching power is real. He's knocked out top fighters who trained their whole lives. McGuigan fears Jake could get hurt the moment the first punch lands. This concern reflects what many experienced boxers feel about someone without Joshua's background entering the ring.
Some people are saying, you know, AJ's grabbing the bag. There's nothing wrong with that, because anybody else, if they got offered that kind of money, they would do it. So, yep. And some people are suggesting he might damage his legacy. Where do you sit with the decision of him taking that fight? And it's a professional late-round fight as well.
Yes, it's a highly dangerous fight for Jake Paul. I don't know what he's doing, unless they have done some sort of caveat or some sort of agreement that he says he's going to go easy on him, or he's not going to go flat out. But you know, I've been tossing this up and down in my mind and trying to figure how, and under God, when he had agreed to fight someone like Tank Davis, who is, you know, several divisions below him. That's more like what Jake Paul does. And then he goes from there to fighting Anthony Joshua. I mean, just look at what happened to Francis Ngannou, who's a big, athletic, tough guy and had gone 12 rounds with Tyson Fury and given him a real ding-dong. And then he gets absolutely obliterated in a round and a half against Joshua. That shows you, despite the fact that he's been knocked out since by Daniel Dubois, who could knock out anybody, by the way, in any weight division or in any era of the heavyweight division. He's such a powerful guy. He could knock anybody out if he hits them properly. But you know,
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates and analysis on this epic showdown.